Good morning, YouTube, and hello all across the world. I feel wonderful today and full of energy and ecstasy, and I send out all of this wonderful energy and ecstasy to everyone listening. You can all begin to pick up on it and feel it. Raise up your antennas and listen, feel it. Raise up your antennas and receive it. If we could only describe and write down all the wonderful feelings of ecstasy and energy that are going out all across this universe, it would be so marvelous that we couldn't even believe it. But if we raise our antennas to receive it, we can receive it this morning. And this morning I am having apple and blueberry crumble with kiwi fruit and coconut with Allie of Alley Cat's Kitchen. She calls herself Allie, A-L-I, and it's Alley Cat's Kitchen, 3 words. 3 words run together, just and made into one word, Alley Cat's Kitchen. That's how you find that. You just search for apple and blueberry crumble with kiwi fruit and coconut, Alley Cat's Kitchen. And it's so marvelous this morning to have such a wonderful food like that and such wonderful feelings this morning of joy and happiness, and I just can't wait to begin to tell you about all the wonderful things that are going on. It's just a marvelous day here in Texas. Oh, just a perfect temperature, 60 in the mornings and 75 in the afternoons. You can't beat it, and just a nice soft breeze. We're just having marvelous days. I mean, nice sunshine all day, and when we get a rain, it don't last long, and it's just marvelous. But it's enough rain to keep everything just sparkling. If we could only describe, though, all the feelings and of joy and energy and peace and happiness going on all across this universe in every location, in every galaxy and planet, and we could just somehow or another bring all of that into our mind at once and realize that it's just trillions and trillions of miles of happiness, joy, healing, and health, and begin to just let the infinite mind through direct reception begin to come back, Allie. Yeah, we need to get some direct reception here of Allie, but direct perception of all of this joy and happiness and all these places in the universe. If we could just raise up our antennas this morning and receive by direct perception and begin to enlarge our mind and our consciousness to receive and realize and begin to just start thinking about it. You could not begin to even fathom all of it, because it's trillions and trillions of miles of happiness and joy. But you can start trying to stretch your mind and expand your mind to begin on it. But no, we must know this morning that all of this energy and joy, which I am describing, is now present with all of us in every location. Even though we can't describe trillions and trillions of miles full of joy, it's really all present with us, and we're all connected with it all. Even though it's out there trillions of miles, we're actually just as much connected to it as if it was right here with us. And so we must only lift our awareness then to begin to benefit from all that joy and happiness. And the scripture says the pure in heart shall see God, and that means good, all good things. The pure, the unalloyed, the solid awareness of mind, the pure thought of only good. If we purify our thought of everything but good and bring ourselves into think only good and only joy, then that's what we will see. The pure in heart shall see good. Pure in heart means refusing to think negative thoughts or thoughts of hate, illness, unhappiness, or less than full joy. or less than all good. Anytime a thought enters into your mind, oh, I should hate this person, or a thought of oh, might be some illness around, or unhappiness around, or less than full joy, or maybe today I'll have less than full joy, or less than all good. Just refuse that. Just throw that over to the ground and say, I hereby ground you, and I hereby displace you and replace you, displace you and replace you with only thoughts of good and joy and happiness. All reality is now present for us to become aware of. Know then that our joy and energy can always grow and become more and more substantive and tremendous. There is always so much substance and abundance present and available right now that we always ask too little, far too little from infinite mind and infinite good. The fact that we call it infinite mind and infinite good begins to let us know just how much is there. The whole universe is totally full of good and healing power. We tend then to forget how vast it all is. What is the real significance and true full implication then of all this vastness of happiness and joy to me? What's the implication of this to me? What does this mean to me? What will it do for me? What will it do for me if I begin to every day start exercising an awareness that says I'm aware that there's a universe full of trillions of planets, all full of happiness and joy out there, and I'm going to concentrate upon that, and I am going to take off of my mind, out of my mind, all thoughts of less than that, and all thoughts of less than good and less than joy, and only think thoughts of joy and happiness and peace and goodness and health and prosperity and abundance and energy and ecstasy and wonderful, enthusiastic ideas of adventure. If I'm only going to think of those things, what will that begin to do for me if I think about that all day long, every day, day after day? What's the implication? What is the importance of that? What will that indicate? What will that point to? Our awareness is always running then in too low a gear, so we need to move ourselves up to a higher gear and begin to receive more of these wonderful things. Ask each day then for a deeper and more solid sense of peace and energy, and affirm that there will be less resistance and less friction every day that goes by, and that'll be true. Every day that goes by, there's going to be less resistance to the good, and less resistance to the happy, joyful thought, and less friction getting there. Be less friction between you and getting to the all good and all abundance and all prosperity. Meditate then on all the good that is available, and do that every day. The very exercise of preparing these questions that I've been telling you to get a notebook and write down all your questions. Write down the questions that you need to ask of infinite mind. Infinite mind, how prosperous can I be? Infinite mind, how abundant can I be? Infinite mind, just how happy can I be? Just how ecstatic can I be? Just how energetic can I be? Can I have the spirit of ecstasy, just like on the Spirit of Ecstasy program? Can I have all that wonderful energy that never stops, that is uninterrupted and always full of all joy? And how do I get that? And you write all those questions down in infinite mind, and that very exercise of preparing those questions to ask infinite mind will begin to move you into receiving more happiness and joy in your life. The act of describing our personal affirmations will gear up and raise our awareness as we begin to write down in that notebook and describe what our affirmations are going to be. I've determined that over the next year or two, every day I'm going to make the affirmation that I'm going to be prosperous, that I'm going to be more prosperous every day than the day before. I'm going to be have more adventures every day than I did the day before, more ecstasy, more joy. The very act then of doing that is going to raise your awareness and increase your potential and increase your possibilities. That in itself, it will increase our overall awareness. Just doing those exercises will increase our overall awareness. And so we need to get on with those exercises. And then we need to always, every day, meditate on the possibilities rather than on the friction that we're receiving or the resistance which we think we may be receiving to it. Actually, there's no resistance in there or any friction. There's actually no friction in there. It's just those thoughts which we have got into the habit of thinking, and those superstitions which we have been falsely taught that have created a sense of friction and resistance. But once we get rid of those, they're totally frictionless and totally resistanceless. Gear up your mind power then, because there's plenty of mind power available. There's plenty of awareness available. There's plenty of places to raise your consciousness to. There's plenty of it. It's totally, and everything and all the prosperity and everything is totally abundant and powerful, because, and we are, as I say, powerful creators who can create so many thousands and thousands of times as much as we ever realized that we could once we begin to raise our awareness to understand it and do it. Be grateful for your mind power and rejoice about its greatness. Feed, as Tanya Love always says, feed the correct wolf. If you feed the correct wolf, then feed the wolf of happiness and joy and prosperity and abundance. Don't give food to that wolf that says, I'm afraid it won't work. I'm afraid it won't happen. I'm afraid I won't get well. I'm afraid I'm stay ill. I'm afraid I won't have enough energy. I'm afraid that I'll be less happy tomorrow than I am today. And so then you're building up that wolf to come back and bite you. But if you feed the wolf of happiness, prosperity, and abundance, then you'll have a great power. It'll come back and you'll be able to ride upon it throughout this whole universe and enjoy all the goodness that it brings. The best preparation for more energy is rejoicing about what you know is coming. Rejoice. You've written down your affirmations and you said, I'll be more prosperous tomorrow than I am today. I'll be more abundant tomorrow than I am today. I'll have more happiness, more health, and healing power than I did today. And so now rejoice because you know it's coming, because you've written it down and determined that you're going to affirm it every day. And if you stay with your plan of affirming it every day, it will happen. So you've got a right to rejoice now. So let's rejoice now about all that endless energy and health which we are going to receive in the coming days. It's going to be marvelous. It's going to be marvelous, magical, and so super, super, super. Being grateful then for the energy and happiness that we have now. Deepen the solidness of the persuasion you have of all the tremendous energy that is coming. All of that wonderful energy. Get up every day and say, I have wonderful energy, and it's going to be more powerful every day that goes by. I have a truly abundant health, truly wonderful health, and my health is going to increase more every day. I'm going to look better, feel better, act better, and be more prosperous every day. And it'll come. Know that. Ask each day for a deeper sense of persuasion. That's important, that we actually ask Infinite Mind to give us a deeper sense of persuasion. Because persuadedness is all important. You got to be persuaded that these things are true so that you can know them for yourself. You have to know it. Be persuaded of more. Ask for a deeper sense of persuasion, and ask that there be less resistance, friction, negativity, and doubt. Actually ask Infinite Mind to make sure that you have less resistance, friction, negativity, and doubt in your life. Then get excited about the energy you know you will have, because you will have it soon. If we're going to have it soon, then we should begin to be excited about it now. Get excited about being a very powerful creator. Be excited about that, and you'll be able to create more. The more excited you get about being a powerful creator, the more you'll be able to create. Get excited about your inherent healing power, the more people you'll be able to heal. State these things frequently and be totally aware of the implication of these things to you. And I will get back with you on this tomorrow.